Hey friends! I found a brand new recipe on TikTok and I could not wait to try it. I'm always on the lookout for fun new recipes to try out, especially on camera, but as you can imagine, as somebody that eats gluten and dairy free, it's not the easiest thing because I usually have to kind of tamper with things, try things out, and figure out how I'm gonna make it safe for me to eat with varying degrees of success. One such TikTok recipe that I did successfully convert was that baked feta pasta that was going around for a while. If you wanna see how I made that both gluten and dairy free, check out this link up here. This recipe is not one that I've seen going around too much, but I have seen it pop up here and there on my TikTok, and it's for something called cookie dough bread. Now, the video was super vague as far as how you make it. Luckily, one of the commenters did their homework and actually wrote the recipe out for us. Thank you, commenter. But I was intrigued because the recipe seemed to be just naturally gluten and dairy free. And how could I pass that up? So I set out to get the ingredients and I'm giving it a try so that you don't have to. But spoiler alert, I think you might want to. Let me show you how I made TikTok's cookie dough bread. The original video says you need 2 quote-unquote main ingredients, which is a little misleading. You need 5 ingredients total, actually. You need baking soda, apple cider vinegar, 4 eggs, a cup of cashew butter, and as many chocolate chips as you'd like. We're going to start off by preheating our oven to 350 degrees, and the very first thing is to take a bowl, put in 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. The video does not give measurements at all, but I can assure you that these measurements are accurate, and you just mix them together and let them fizz. Once they've kind of fizzed out and done their thing, I'm gonna add my 4 eggs, and you're meant to whip everything together until it becomes fluffy. It's never gonna reach stiff peaks because the fat in the egg yolks won't allow it, but it will increase in volume. So for me, it took about 10 minutes on my hand mixer's highest speed. I was kind of winging it at this point because, like I said, the recipe is super vague, but when it reached about this volume, I decided to go ahead with the next step, which is adding a cup of cashew butter, and it says to gently mix it in. So I put my mixer on the lowest setting. I could have just done this with a whisk, but the cashew butter is pretty firm, and while you don't want to deflate the eggs, I also wanted to make sure it was thoroughly mixed in. So this is what it looked like at the end, and at this point, you add in your chocolate chips. I probably did about 1.5 cups, but I did save some to kind of garnish the top of the loaf when we were done. So I have a loaf pan here that is very greased up, and I'm just putting my batter in, and I'm going to take the rest of those chocolate chips, like I said, and just scatter them on top so that it looks cute. And when I am satisfied with the look of the bread, I'm going to go ahead and stick it in the oven 30 minutes at 350 degrees. So here it is, fresh out of the oven. It doesn't seem like it should work, but it fully did. It looks exactly like the original loaf did on the TikTok video. So between the eggs getting whipped up and the scientific chemical reaction between the baking soda and the vinegar, we achieved a really nice lift. So without using any yeast or even any flour, we have a perfect loaf of bread. I waited about 10 minutes before turning it out and probably another like 5 before slicing it. Turned out just fine. It slices beautifully, it holds together very nicely, and it is so yummy. No added sugar, so I was really worried that the bread would just be very eggy tasting, but wow, totally making this again. All right, friends, so that's how I made the TikTok famous cookie dough bread. Obviously, there's way more ingredients than just 2, but it just doesn't make sense. It's still like I can't wrap my brain around it. How such simple and seemingly strange ingredients together managed to make something so good. Like it feels wrong that this is as tasty as it is. It really does feel just like a cookie, but cakey. I honestly, like I told my sister, I would fully pay $6 a slice for this at Starbucks without issue. So I'm definitely super, super happy that I tried it. I love that it's naturally gluten and dairy free. Cashew butter is not really an ingredient that I would typically keep around, but I do see myself buying it more often, if only so that I can make this bread. Super tasty, super easy, 10 out of 10. Great opportunity to teach your kiddos about science, what with the baking soda and vinegar and all of that. If you decide that you're gonna make it, let me know all about how it goes for you in the comments. Take a picture or a video and tag me on Instagram. I'm just really, really excited to see how it works out for you. And if you come across any other TikTok recipes that I should try, either because they look really, really good or because you wanna see if I can figure out how to make it gluten and dairy free, let me know that in the comments too. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I hope you'll please give it a big thumbs up. I'd also love it if you would subscribe and click that notification bell because I post at least 3 times a week and I wouldn't want you to miss a minute. Thanks so much again for watching. Bye!